Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Big League Breakdowns for day 20 of Around the League in 30 days as we take the subway to the Bronx to meet with the Yankees for their 2025 season. And the season preview, the boys are all here. The Orioles fan, as you couldn't tell. John, Will, myself, Bobby at the keys, looking at the Yankees after losing Juan Soto. We just talked about the team that gained them
They've
yesterday.
lost a lot more than one Soto now.
Let's talk about the team that is getting absolutely decimated in the New York Yankees. And let's look at that projected lineup for the new season.
Holy shit.
For the Yankees,
Who?
you don't
Austin Wells is leadoff. What the?
you don't see your boy Juan Soto there, but you do see Austin Wells and Aaron Judge at the top of the lineup. Cody Bellinger comes
Where's
over.
Stanton?
All right, am
Where's
I?
Giancarlo?
I have to ask. No, have they actually been trying to put Austin Wells in the leadoff spot, or this is the biggest BS I've seen from Fangraphs so
That is
far?
a projection from Fangraphs. Is Austin Wells in the leadoff spot? We'll see. Cody Bellinger in the 3. Paul Goldschmidt, after absolutely shitting the bed last year, in the 4. Jazz is back. Volpe. I mean, this lineup is not what it once was. I will say that. Of course, Giancarlo Stanton and DJ LeMahieu right now out, and we'll see when those guys come back. But that's the lineup. Looking
If
at the
Stanton
rotation,
comes back, it's a miracle.
yeah,
Losing LeMahieu might
Both of
actually be
his
a benefit.
elbows are shot. What are you gonna do?
they go. Not only one elbow, but both of his elbows are messed up. Wait,
It might be the first time in his career that he's a better runner than he is a hitter.
oh my God. All right. Looking at the rotation, there's going to be some names that you don't see here. Maybe the AL Cy Young favorite. I don't know if he's a favorite, but yeah, Garrett Cole, as we're recording today, March 10th, is getting Tommy John. That is really unfortunate. But Max
Baseball gods demanded sacrifice.
Max
and Garrett
Fried-
Nice
Cole
for them
answered.
to make a decision before we did this episode.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Very
Hey,
considerate.
Garrett Cole, shout out for complete blowing out your arm before we did our.
Oh, shout
Our
out to
episode.
the
Appreciate it.
doctors that gave their replies in time. Like that's
Yeah.
some
Twice.
speedy.
They went to 2 different doctors, and we got
Right.
both of those replies in time.
The first one,
Oh, yeah.
the first one said, "Hey, buddy, you need surgery." The second one said, "Did you
You
not listen to the first guy?"
No, that guy listens.
Listen, this
no,
thing isn't attaching itself.
no, those doctors are a fan of this podcast because the first doctor said something, and the second doctor was like, "I agree with so and so," and then repeated the same things.
Luis
And then
Heel. Let me get through this and then we can talk. Luis Heel also
I'm
not
having
on
fun.
this lineup. So Max Fried, guess what? You came over from the Braves. You're going to be the ace now on the New York Yankees. So you better be worth all that money we paid you. Carlos Rodon's there.
All right, Betson now. When is he getting hurt?
Hold
Should we
on.
ask AI?
Marcus Stroman, who was like reportedly going to get traded before all this happened, now is their 3. So there's that. Looking at the bullpen, Devin Williams, really the only name that you want to talk about here, comes in from the Brewers, but I gotta say, it's nice to have Devin Williams. It would also be nice to have Nestor Cortez right now. So I don't know, man. That's the Yankees in 2025. You went from, hey, the AL East, it's their division, to what the hell just happened to the last hours? What just happened?
In the span of a week, their hopes and dreams.
Yeah, if losing Juan Soto wasn't enough, now let's take out Garrett Cole for the year.
Isn't New York used to stock market crashes? That's essentially what this is.
They've been absolutely
Oh, boy.
driven into the ground. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I mean,
I love to wear orange today.
it's just like it's can only happen to the Yankees. Like Cole again, I really feel for him. Like that's a terrible thing. And Stanton, I feel for him too. But it's like, yeah, like
Okay,
like both of his elbows,
that
both.
man needs to return some money to New York and not seldom do people say that.
Also,
Hey,
I
for the
love.
record, the Yankees aren't the ones that gave him the contract. It was the
Yeah, the
Marlins, and the
Marlins.
Yankees were like, you know what? We'll take it on.
The last time the Marlins spent money is why we have this. So
It's to screw the Yankees. I love it.
but like
First was
Marlins did something
2003. Now it's 2025.
but
They're
also
playing
like
chess, guys.
also the thing I love about this is like how did we not figure this shit out in December or November? It's like now it's like, oh yeah, both my elbows completely fucked. Can't play. Sorry. Like what's happening, man? Like I don't get it. All right, let's get into our first actual topic here. And it's going to be a loaded question. And it's the question is, are the Yankees better off with not re-signing Soto?
Yeah, they're better off, all right. Yeah.
And look, I think there's a couple ways you can look at this, but Will, I'll allow you to go first. Yeah, let's.
Ty, can we caveat this that we wrote down this question before the middle of March.
Yeah,
We
that's
did
true.
not write this question this
Everything was
morning.
planned prior to today, so
But it kind of
all
works.
my
It
notes
kind of
mean
works
nothing.
now. It kind of works now. Like
Well,
that allows them to bring in Max Fried, who's now their ace. So like,
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, if was this not resigning Soto the right move? If you asked me a week ago, I might have actually said, you know what, maybe, and now I'm like, nope.
yeah.
Because everything else that followed with Plan B is both helping it, but also like hurting them. And I don't know. I mean, offensively, let's see. So I don't completely dislike the fact that they brought in Bellinger and Goldschmidt. I don't think either of them combined will really match up to what you lost with Soto. But there are some perks, I think, of going to play at Yankee Stadium. Um, Bellinger is more of a contact hitter than he used to be, and he'll get some extra home runs being in New York. Goldschmidt is probably the one that's not going to improve that much. He seems to, the last couple seasons, has been a 260 low to mid 20s home runs guy, and I think that's probably where he is now in his career, given his age. But pitching wise, I mean, yeah, I guess this is one of those things where you can maybe say it is a blessing in disguise, because if you brought in Soto, you probably wouldn't have dropped the money on Max Fried like you did, and then your ace right now would be Carlos Rodon,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing if you look at the right year. But I mean, that's like throwing a dart at a board blindfolded and hoping you don't hit someone with the throw, because he hasn't always been the most reliable. Though when he's doing good, he can be an ace. He can be a Cy Young winner. So the Yankees are really in an interesting situation right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go out of the free agency again and bring in like Kyle Gibson or JD Martinez to help fill in some of these gaps now, in which case then yeah, maybe they still are better off because they're filling in at least more holes than they would have if they had kept Soto.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they could resurrect Babe Ruth too, but here we are.
I mean, it does make sense. Like, I think there was talks that Martinez might sign with them, and it makes sense because right now their DH is Ben Rice, and Pereira, which you can do better than that. So, like, bringing in him would make sense. But I don't know, like John. So they lose Soto, they spend it on pitching. That's all good and well, but
Well,
they
that's what they
didn't.
needed to do.
They didn't really spend money, big money, to replace him. Like they get Bellinger, but they get him in a trade. They sign Goldschmidt, who's going to be 38 this year. Like they didn't really spend money like the Yankees usually do and just throw money at their problems and address the offense. They just didn't do that.
Well, I mean, here's the reality of the situation. They were going into this realizing, hey, our offense is probably pretty good still with, with Judge and Stanton, and, Chisholm. He came back when people thought we were stupid for signing him. And then, you got Volpe, hey, look, we have a fighting chance here. Let's just bring in who we can. Let's just plug the holes and we'll run it back. Let's address our rotation. Let's see here. We got Garrett Cole. Let's bring in Max Fried. Okay, we brought in Max Fried. All right, Rodon. Yeah, he can improve. Yeah, let's make sure he improves. We're gonna work on that. Gil. Okay, he just won Rookie of the Year. He didn't deserve it, but he still won it. And and then Schmidt. He's there too. So you we're going to address that. We're going to address our rotation and our bullpen. Let's hope for the best. So yeah, let's all do that. Oh, it's March. Oh, people are getting hurt. Oh, Giancarlo Stanton can't write anymore. Oh, Garrett Cole's done for the year. Oh, Gil's going to be hurt for a while. Huh.
He dislikes Gil so much he's mispronouncing the last name.
That's okay. I'm giving him a pass.
Is it Gil?
It's
I thought it was Gil.
Heel.
It's heel?
Like John Cena is a heel now. So
whatever.
What I did there.
Nice.
That was good. Good
I
plugging.
approve.
Good plugging.
Whatever.
By the way, I gotta
Whatever.
say, I'll give you credit where credit's due. Your joke about Stanton earlier that he might be able to run faster might be your best joke that you've ever had on
Thank
the
you.
podcast. So I'll give it to you.
And it was against the Yankees, and it makes it even better for me.
I
Double
just-
win for John today. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows right now what's happening with Stanton, but like, yeah, look, he stepped
They
up.
are up a creek without
Yeah.
a paddle,
they
without without a log. They are up a creek without a
And
Here
you
we
got to
go.
hope that Judge can stay healthy after last season. I mean, last time he had a record-breaking season, he got injured a bit the next season. Had another record-breaking season.
Look,
Going
here's the
back to the
reality.
ILs.
This guy, Judge, is literally the Yankees. That's it. He's all you got.
He's the
If he goes
captain.
down,
Captain.
you're screwed. Okay? You are done. The door is wide open now for the Red Sox to sneak in. And honestly, I this is not me being a homer. I swear to God, it's not.
But it is.
I think that that the Orioles are the favorites again.
Yeah.
They're back in the conversation.
They're back in the
Because
conversation.
I have to reevaluate. I haven't even considered what the division is, honestly, since this, other than now the Yankees to me are no longer the favorites. And
Well, let's put it this way: all of they're held together by duct tape now. Like this team, this franchise,
and really bad elbows.
They are screwed, guys. This is
Is it
a
possible
wash
we
year.
could have?
It's a wash
this-
year.
Is this
Let it
possible
go.
we could have a division that last place could actually have 81 wins?
Well, if
Uh,
any division is going to have its at least. I do want to touch on Judge real quick. There's something we're going to get to later, but we'll bring it up now. Judge plays last year and with Soto carries the team on his back. But as you said, I mean, well, like it was, he did play a full season. Can we expect that again? John, I don't even know if I want to throw it to you for the reasons of Chat GPT that
you can
we're
throw it to
predicting
me.
injuries.
Throw it to me real quick because honestly,
Oh, no.
this guy's history of injuries, because he's just so damn big, I honestly think that this is not beneficial for him. And plus, he has to carry the load all on his own. The reason he was so successful last year, at least I think, is because I think Soto in front of him really helped matters in terms of like getting that extra bit that he needed, in all honesty, when you look at it. And I think that took a little bit of pressure on him. Now it's just him. There's no Stanton. There's everyone else is mediocre, if not, except for maybe Chisholm. But like you gotta look at it this way. The Yankees live and die with Aaron Judge now. And that is it.
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to find out if we're going to get the 2002 Yankees or if we're going to get the 2003 Yankees or 2022, 2023 Yankees. I'm trying to do research and I can't research and talk.
Man took it back 30 years.
All right, now I got it, so I'm good now. Because the Yankees won 99 games in 2022 when Soto broke Maris's home run record for
Not
home
Soto,
runs for an AL
Judge.
player.
Yeah, you said Soto. It's okay. Judge.
I thought I just simply said he broke that. Okay.
No, you said it's okay.
All right, Bobby, you're gonna edit
Take
this and
two.
play it now. In 2022, Judge broke Maris's home run record with 62, and the team won 99 games. The next season, he got hurt, and the big thing I remember just talking about between us, since there was no podcast, was that once Judge was hurt, the entire team just kind of fell off offensively, and he was clearly the team. That is 100% what's going to happen this year. If he can stay healthy, then the Yankees will probably then be a playoff team. But if he gets hurt at any point for any significant time, and by significant time, I'm probably thinking like a month. I'm probably going to say a month at least. Then I'd say they're, like John said, this is then a wash season. All right, edit all that to make me sound smart, Bobby. Go.
So
No.
okay. So he has Soto last year, right? But he bats 322 with 58 home runs and a 701 slugging.
Whoa, don't ignore the 144 RBIs, my guy.
Okay, regardless.
Or ignore it.
My I'm
Just
gonna ignore
saying,
it.
it's impressive.
I'm gonna ignore it. My question is, what does he have to do this year to get this team into the playoffs?
What's the record
What's
for most
Bonds'
RBIs
record?
in a season?
Like
No, it's not for that's for home runs. If RBI record's like 191 or something.
he won AL MVP last year, and he might have to do even more to get.
He needs to win MVP and Cy Young. He needs to be Shohei.
He needs to pitch. He's
I
never
don't know,
pitched
man.
before, but damn it, we're pulling at strings.
I don't know. I just like it's so crazy what a few injuries can do. And I look, losing Garrett Cole is more than a few injuries, but it's like I had faith in this roster to win the East again, and now I'm like, do they finish third? Do they finish?
I think they could finish fourth.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
crazy.
Here's the biggest issue that I think that they have, and I think it started when they couldn't re-sign Soto. Their depth is gone. Their power depth is gone. That's all they had to their name was power, and it's gone.
Yeah, I mean their bench is thin.
Their bench is thin. Their starting rotation was basically like 6, maybe 7 guys.
Yeah.
And so you're taking 2 off, and you're like, all right, you're at your limit. Now Rodon's been hurt in recent years. Fried's been hurt often as a Brave. So you are now basically gone from, all right, we had some people that could fill in for the potentially injury prone pitchers. And now you're like, all right, we lost our best pitcher for the entire season. We lost our rookie of the year for maybe half of the season.
Yeah. And let's talk about that starting rotation without, those 2 guys.
Garbage.
I mean, yeah, it's terrible. It's trash.
It's not good because
it's not
John,
trash, but it's very
it's not
uncertain.
Yeah, it's uncertain. John, you were saying, I don't know if it was an article or if you read or something, but you were talking about how the Yankees after the injuries are ranked like one of the bottom starting rotations.
Yeah, when and the full disclosure, I didn't read the article. I just read the headline. In all honesty.
Oh no!
For all intents and purposes, he found it on GPTs. He wrote in as a prompt, "I'm an Orioles fan. Yankees got hurt. Make me feel good."
Make me feel good, Daddy.
Okay.
Oh my God! Why do I associate with these people?
Oh goodness!
No,
gracious.
in all seriousness, though, in the article, I think it was from Yahoo Sports, said with loss of Cole and Heel, the Yankees rotation goes from one of league's best to one of league's worst, and I think it's true. It's 100% true. You just have guys now, like Fried is well past his expiration date. Like it's ridiculous. Like this team is held together with thoughts and prayers.
I actually have something that I wanted to add to this because I was reading an article earlier. I just pulled it up. So it was written by
We
Nick
did a lot of
Beams
reading today, guys.
on MLB trade rumors, and it basically was saying that Cole got recommended for surgery. This was right before they said yeah, he's absolutely going for surgery. It was earlier this morning, waiting second opinion, all that. So it started to go through and talk about they don't have Gil this time to actually bail them out. So what's the plan? There is a ending here where they said that, quote, with that being said, former Yankee Jordan Montgomery could surely be acquired from the Diamondbacks for
I've
virtually
heard
no
this too.
cost. So this is something that they think is a possibility. Now, obviously, the
Honestly,
Yankees haven't done anything, but MLB trade rumors, which listen, they're pretty reputable. There's a lot of stuff that we read from MLB trade rumors every day. That's a hell of an opinion, given how much we have
No, I read
shit
that
on
too.
Jordan Montgomery earlier in our.
I mean, it makes sense because we had talked about, or at least I had said, it's like they have the rotation now. And he can be their six man, sure, but do you want to really pay your six man that much money where you can just ship him out? And the Yankees would be willing to pay it because they're kind of looking for anything at this point. And if you're the Yankees, you're like, well, maybe he can return close to his form from 23 and give us that. That actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't read that, so that's
But
a
do you
good
do you
read.
want to put yourself on the hook for Jordan Montgomery in a season that might be lost regardless?
No, because I think he has what? This is his last year, right? So, like, even if it doesn't pan out, there's never been a bad 1 year deal. I will continue to say that. Like, a 1 year deal doesn't matter how bad they perform. It's a 1 year deal. So, he's
I don't know.
done after
I
this
think of
year.
some Phillies 1 year deals recently that I really wish didn't happen.
I can think of a few Orioles ones too.
I don't know, man.
I can think of a plenty of football 1 year contracts.
To me, it's just like, yeah, though. Okay, a player could be bad and that sucks, but it's like, all right, well, you're done with them after the season. Like, at least they're not tied to you because you
Says
look
the
at their
Pirates fan.
fuck you. That you look at and like they have Carrasco right now. Is like their one notable name left in starting pitching. Like that they
Ooh, they
could
should go with Cook. Was it Cookies?
Cookie Carrasco. Cookie Carrasco. So
I was gonna say, and I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound right. That almost sounds
honestly,
wrong.
that makes a lot of
so
sense.
fake.
Honestly, that makes a lot of
Does not
sense.
sound real.
What Will said earlier about like a Kyle Gibson, that makes a lot of sense. I would not be surprised with in the next 48 hours if they do sign somebody and this is date it before this comes out. You got to remember we are recording on March 10th, so by the time you see this, it is very possible that they sign another guy to come into that rotation to shore it up.
Please write in the comments
Right.
if we're smart or really dumb.
All right. Let's put it this way: if they traded for Jordan Montgomery, then Bobby, you're a genius, and I will say this: this is a Hail Mary pass if they did do it, and they do it.
I will
What?
not take credit, Mr. Nick Deeds. MLB trade rumors.
Cool.
Nick Deeds.
He didn't bring it to my attention. You did. So
We're just okay.
So yeah, and then if they went for somebody else. Again, I state that it's a thought and a prayer and it's a Hail Mary because they are trying at this point.
Looking at back to their lineup quickly. So we kind of talked about already how they have a lot of, holes they didn't really plug. And I think third base right now is a big question for them. You're already going to have to rely on DJ LeMahieu, which don't know about that one, Chief. But now... Now slated in at third base is Osvaldo Cabrera. He's showed signs that he can be, a pretty good player, but is he an everyday third baseman? I don't know. So, Will, I mean, what do they do at third base? Do they stick with him? Do they try to go after somebody again? Maybe is it a trade deadline acquisition? Because they're kind of limited on what they can do right now.
I think they are stuck right now, and that's purely because of the recent injuries. I would have said that they were going to probably try to trade for some type of a rental upgrade partway through the season. But at this point, if they're going to have to fill in a hole at DH and the spot in the rotation, I feel like even for the Yankees, they're just going to have to bite the bullet there and hope that they can get some type of a I don't want to say improvement, but that Cabrera can go to the next level because I agree. I don't think he's an everyday player. I think he's someone that he can play often enough where he is very effective. But I think the like Edmundo Sosa for the Phillies, who has stretches where over a month he can look really, really good. But the thing about some bench players is when they get overexposed, it seems like to other teams seem to find their weaknesses and really kind of exploit them. And I feel like someone like Cabrera could work better in short stints, but if he's exposed too much, that they're gonna find some type of a flaw in whatever he does, and they're gonna be able to take advantage of it, and then he's gonna suck and be booed out of New York.
John, are you surprised that they didn't go? I know there was rumors, but they go get a guy like Arenado to come in because, you know, the Yankees are always in a win now mode, right? And it feels like with this roster, it just feels like it's kind of lacking now.
Yeah, I think they're going to regret that. At least at this point. Third base was a big issue for them last year, both defensively and just in the lineup in general. So looking at it from an analytical perspective, you had nothing to lose by going and getting Arenado. When you're the Yankees, you have nothing to lose in general by going and getting these big guys. I mean, look, they brought in Goldschmidt. Like they brought in Grandpa Goldschmidt here. So the reality of the situation,
Goldilocks.
yeah, the reality of the situation is that you know they needed help fielding, and even Arenado at his age can still be more productive than thought and prayer that is Cabrera and the absolute garbage that is LeMahieu. So it, they had to do something and they didn't do it. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Dude, DJ LeMahieu on the Rockies was such an underrated player, and then he came to the Yankees and sucked. Like he
No,
just
no. He actually did not suck. His first year, he was signed as basically a super utility guy, which seemed really weird coming from the Rockies. It was 2019. He was like amazing. He hit like 340, 26 home runs. He was practically an MVP. Next season in COVID, he actually was like third in the MVP voting. He was doing fantastic. After that, the training wheels fell off.
yeah. It just feels like he hasn't been good for a while, is what I'm getting at. All right, let's kind of wrap this up as a whole with kind of go back to the question: are the Yankees still the favorites? I do have to say, I'm gonna rag on Pacoda a lot, but this might be the most egregious thing I've seen. So this is updated as of today, as of March 10th. They still do have New York as the favorite to win the East by zero point 0.2 games over Baltimore, but they have Boston at fifth at 79 wins, and Tampa and Toronto are above them. Toronto, by the way, 85 wins. I can't believe that. But looking at this division, Baltimore, I think, could still be around there. Boston, despite what Pacoda says, I think the door is open for them now. So, do you, John, I'll start with you first. Do you still back the Yankees too? I don't even know if at this point we should be talking about the division to get
Does
into the
John
playoffs.
back the Yankees? Wait a minute.
I should have rephrased that.
Hold on a minute. When did I back the Yankees
Not-
to win this damn division?
Look, I'm talking
Back it
about.
up as in back the truck out of the warehouse.
Move that thought out of the way, and let's get to my actual thought.
I forgot who I was talking to. My apologies. But I mean, are the Yankees like in trouble to maybe miss the playoffs?
Yeah. Like, I think so. Honestly,
Well
they're
said.
one injury away from this being a just like again, like I said, a wash season. Look, here's the reality. We talked about this with Boston. They are outside of Bregman. They have a very mediocre lineup. Okay. Then we come to New York, and I have never thought that I would be talking about a New York team that is, stacked and, has a big three and can, beat the snot out of the baseball and can outslug anyone. And I'm talking about the Mets. Okay. I never thought I would say that, but that's the reality of the situation now. They are an injury away from Aaron Judge, who tends to get injured a lot, probably because his back is sore from carrying this franchise.
You don't say.
They are an injury away from 2025 being a forgotten year in Yankees history. In fact, I don't even know if they resurrected Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig could it save this season.
Look, Gleyber Torres got a lot of shit when he was there, but I think Yankees fans would take him right now. Get him at second, Chisholm at third. This lineup
Do they
looks
run
a lot
Cashman out
better.
of town if they don't make the
Well,
postseason?
you've had T-shirts wanting him out of town, and we thought Boone might be out of town, but then he took him to the World Series. So
I mean,
Yeah,
a lot
they
of years of
signed
crap,
him to
and
a
then they
new
finally
deal.
hit. It finally had a lot of things that really shouldn't have clicked.
Hold on, wait a minute. You telling me that he went to the World Series with Juan Soto and Aaron Judge,
And then 7
Huh.
guys, and
yeah,
then just 7 guys. You know,
Huh.
your words.
I will
Well-
say a Judge
Well, they
injury,
played like it.
a Judge injury, and this team is in trouble. So they better hope he stays healthy.
I
But
have a tweet.
What,
to
you're not
say
even
real
gonna let
quick.
me
Hold on
say
one
my
second.
thoughts? What a host!
I was gonna get to you, and then I got interrupted by the producer. Who
Will,
let
Will,
you
Will can
talk?
give us host. Will can
Will
can give us host.
host. All right. Will
Oh,
give
my
your host.
turn?
I'm fired for
I'm
the second
host.
straight episode. Cool.
Good. Anyway, I was gonna say, is it possible to think that there could be 4 teams better than the Yankees at this point?
In the East,
Mhm. I don't
I-
think it's at the moment, but I'm
No.
curious. I could see different avenues where now
back
it's
in
possible
July.
the Yankees do finish the end. I mean, I like John said, a lot of the predictions for the Yankees right now is apparently he wants to show off his chest. I saw you fixing your camera, John. You're not sneaky.
It fell.
No, it was beautiful. Is really going to be on whether I think Judge is going to get hurt or not this season. Like, I know we've
It
said
is
before about really
sad
trying
that
to
that's
rely
come down
on
to.
injuries, but that is 100% the case. And even if he is 100% healthy, it's really hard seeing them reach 90 wins right now, given the team that they have. A lot of things do need to go right, especially in certain players regarding with either health or going against current trends and just how their career's been. Mainly, I'm thinking pitching wise, but also, of course, you could say Bellinger and Goldschmidt. It does help a lot that you have Williams at the back end that can help close things out. If they make the postseason, though, he's crap. So I'd say right now, if I had to go off purely what my gut is saying, they're going to be middle of the pack right now. But I mean, we haven't even had 12 hours to like kind of look at the Cole injury yet. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens when our prediction episode comes.
Yeah, it's true.
His arm fell off. That's
No,
the
I thought that was
reality.
Soto.
Look, two.
Oh my god.
Two.
Easy Sabathia.
I did
For
see
those
that.
listening, it's CC Sabathia posted just a picture of looking at the Batman suit with no
Yeah.
caption whatsoever.
I
Hold
did
on,
see
that is
tweet
Hall
earlier.
of Famer CC Sabathia to you.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
by the way, listen, I'm all for people having an ego in sports, but putting 2025 first ballot Hall of Famer as your fucking bio on your social accounts is a next level.
And then he's going to put a slash and say number 4 pitcher in Yankees rotation. 2025.
Aaron Judge is trending. Aaron Judge is trending.
Of course he is. It's the only thing
I'm
we're
kinda
talking about the
curious
Yankees right
about
now.
that.
I am gonna refuse to click on that because I have no idea on this platform what's gonna pop up as soon as I click it.
Just imagine
Fair.
if it says Aaron Judge out for 2 months.
Oh Jesus!
All right,
don't
I'm
bring
going
that
to do
up.
some looking.
Stop.
You might. I don't know, man. Look, I think Judge has to play like 140 plus games for this to work for the Yankees, and it's gonna. I'm curious to see. Like Goldschmidt was really bad last year for parts of it, but does he bounce back? I know he's 37, but that's what they're kind of relying on right now. Well, to go back to your question, I think much to the chagrin of John, I'm not as high on the Orioles this year as I've been in previous years. I do like the Red Sox, but I don't think we're making a big deal with the Yankees, and I think there is a right to do so. But I still think I would take this roster to still make the playoffs. Like
I'm going Rays all the way in right now. Tampa's
I
going to rebound. They found their secret sauce and whatever, and their offense is going to be somewhat acceptable.
I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine.
What? They're bringing back Wander Franco?
Okay, Jesus
All
Christ.
right, time to wrap it up.
Yeah, really. Look, I mean, the Yankees, yes, they had Juan Soto, they had Garrett Cole, they were at the World Series last year. That's got to count for something. I mean, they still have, guys that can produce, but it's going to be a mountain to climb for the Yankees. But yes, we're going to wrap that up here. Christ almighty. If you want to follow us on Twitter for whatever reason that might be, you can do that at BL_breakdowns, Big League Breakdowns everywhere else in terms of social media. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel for more content as next time for day 21, as we're getting into some juicy teams at this point in time. We're headed to Philly for an episode that you don't want to miss. As a couple
we
Philly
better wear our
fans-
seatbelts for that one.
Yeah, we better wear our seatbelts.
Me-
And
me-
Might as
me
well
and
not
Will might
show
fight.
up. Me and Bobby
Me-
are going
me
to
and
take
Will.
this.
Me and Will
I'm
fight.
going to say this.
Hey.
We're going to have a Castellanos fight. I feel like that's going to happen.
Yes.
I'd
Can
be
we
like,
have the
yeah.
Ty, you want to go out to a bar and take the night off?
Well,
These guys got it.
I do need
They
to
got
take.
it.
I do have to take a kind of. I got to take it easy because the next episode's the Pirates. So, we got some bangers coming up. Make sure to check out that. And as
Time for
John
Bobby
said,
to bring out the quad box.
and as John said, and I'll actually back him up on this. Wear your fucking seatbelts for next time. We'll see you next time.
Suck it, New York.